Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and of course I am your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now today I'm going to talk about footwear, presentation and maintenance, because I have to tell you I've suffered the thing which all footwear aficionados dread to happen. It always will happen at some point, and I've suffered some irreparable damage to a mirror shine on a pair of my shoes. So I can tell you exactly what happened. I was out with my wife the other day. She was wearing a pair of high-heeled boots. We were standing in a crowd outdoors. She stepped back and she brought one of those heels down onto the toe cap of these beautiful Loke Birkdale Oxford quarter brogues, which I have. Now they're a lovely pair of shoes. They are a calfskin leather. They take the glaçage mirror shine exceptionally well, and I've always really enjoyed wearing these as my go-to summer dress shoe because they've got a day-night sole. However, the heel strike to the toe cap was devastating. Let me show you. I've got my little phone here, my camera. Let me show you. There's the camera in front of me there, but let me show you the damage that was done. So I hope you can see this quite well. It's a little bit of the mirror shine makes it difficult to do so, but I think you can see it almost looks like a bullet hole inside or on the actual mirror shine. Real devastation, taken back to the leather, and then the mirror shine all around it has been profoundly damaged. You know, it looks like the little sort of capillaries here of the mirror shine is cracked, as you would expect some glass to crack. So pretty devastating. So I'm going to show you how to overcome that issue as easily as I possibly can. Okay chaps, here we go. Here are the shoes, and as you can see, this one is fine. I'm going to put that down to one side. And this is the shoe, which I don't know if you can quite see it there, which has suffered the damage. So, at this point, when you suffer what appears to be irreparable damage to a mirror shine, you've essentially got two options available to you. The first one is the one which I don't want to undertake today, and that is to use a stripping agent, something like what I have here, which is Saphir Renomat. Basically, this is a harsh chemical which can be used to strip away the existing mirror shine. So it'll take the polish off, it will strip the shoe back to the bare leather. Now, the reason I don't want to do that is that it exposes the shoe to stress. You know, the leather doesn't like being stripped back, and also it's a lot of work. I don't really want to sit here and have to rebuild or take it right back to the bare leather and then build it back up to a mirror shine all over again. It's the last thing I want to do. And I'd have to do it to the other shoe also, because it's not going to look right if you only do it to one. I'm going to do alternative 2, which is to get polish to do the work for me. Now, it's first we understand the differences in certain types of polish. I'll just put my shoe to one side, just one moment. I've got two commonly used bits of polish here. This is a standard, what you might describe ordinary shoe polish. This particular model is Saphir Medal d'Or. It's quite a high quality polish, but readily available, not hugely expensive, but a standard polish. Then I've got another Saphir product, which is called the Mirror Gloss. Now, they are different products in so much as the Mirror Gloss, the material within here is actually rather dry. It'll easily dry up, as it has here in fact, and become quite, well, dry. The idea is that that is used to build up the layers of the mirror shine very swiftly, and the drier in effect the polish, the better. That's no good for me today. What I want to use today is a standard polish. It's important that we understand that the standard polish, this sort of ordinary shoe polish, is made up of obviously the agents which provide the colour and, you know, the polishing effect, waxes and oils and so on, but there's also a number of solvents which are used in the process of creating this, and those solvents are used to keep the polished material not solid but semi-solid, all right? They're not liquid by any means, but they won't go rock hard if not used for some time. And those solvents are used to keep it in that state. Now, those solvents are what we're going to use today to apply to my mirror shine, or what's the damaged mirror shine. And the intention is that those solvents I'm going to rub really hard into my shoe where the actual mirror shine has been damaged, with the intention of semi-liquefying, if you want to call it that, turning it back into a malleable polished product. So I want to get in there and I want to really rub hard and break down. I'm using the solvent to break down that polish and move it around again over the cap of the shoe. So what I need, as I reach down, I'm going to get my little rag. So this is a simple cotton piece of cloth which has been cut out of an own shirt, in fact, and you can see it's been used many times. I am just going to wrap it around my finger just to give me a working surface of the material around my finger. Nothing more complex than that, rather simple. Now I'm really going to rub hard and get lots of the polish on the end of my fingers, as you can see, hopefully. Now the intention is I'm getting loads and loads on there, and I'm going to rub really hard where my mirror shine was damaged. Now I'm relying upon the solvents which are contained within my polish here, get a bit more on there, why not, to do their job and break down the polish which was forming the mirror shine. It's going to turn it into a malleable product again. It's going to be something I can work with. I can redistribute that polish around the shoe rather than stripping it all back to the bare leather. And hopefully, I say hopefully, most of the time it works, but this was a particularly, nasty bit of damage to the mirror shine. I'm really hoping that this will allow me to make this into a usable mirror shine again without having to break it down and go right back to scratch. Those solvents in that polish are doing the work for me. That's what I want, no more than that. And actually, it's starting to work. It is starting to work. So that's all I got to do. It's as simple as that. Use that to get it back, break it back down, and turn it into a surface that I can work with to then put more effort in and build back that mirror shine. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of water to make this easier for me to do. And I'm using a little spritzer bottle, which is just water in there. I'm just going to spray a little bit onto my finger, no more than that, just to make this a little bit of an easier process for me. A little bit of lubrication, that's essentially what I'm doing here. And I can see immediately that what I'd hoped was going to happen has done so, and lots of the polish is actually flaking off. The bits which I wanted to flake off, which were doing me no good whatsoever on the mirror shine. So there we go. It's turned it back into a usable surface for me, and in a moment I will start to rebuild it by applying more polish over the area which I've now managed to smooth off and take away the damage which was caused by that mirror shine being damaged by my wife's high-heeled boot, which was pretty devastating. So at the moment, I've got it broken back down to what I would describe as a pretty standard bit of leather with polish over the top of it. Now my goal is to start building up that mirror shine in the normal way. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to polish, I'm not going to use a brush to buff it off to get rid of any of that excess, because it is my intention to get it to work for me. Now, I am going to use that Sapphire Medal d'Or Mirror Gloss product because it is ideally suited to returning that mirror shine quickly and effectively to this shoe which was previously damaged. I'm going to revert to my normal way of building a mirror shine. I'm using a simple cosmetic cotton cloth. You know, you buy these in big long tubes of these things. My wife uses them for removing makeup and things like that. I use them for working on my shoes. So the way I do this, I'm going to get my spritzer bottle. I'm just going to spray some water on there, normally about 3 or 4 squirts per side, just to dampen it. It's not soaking wet, it is merely dampened. Now I'm just going to form it into a little pad which will be easy for me to grip, and I think you can see what I've done there. Simple little pad, easy to grip. I'm going to take my Mirror Gloss product and I'm going to rub my pad into this and get loads of the product on the end, just like that. And now, in time-honoured fashion, I am just going to apply this to the shoe to get it to begin the journey of returning to a mirror shine. And as I'm sure you're aware, those of you who've watched my channel before, when I've been working on shoes, the more product you get on, the quicker this will happen. So I'm going to reapply to my little pad time and time again. But all we have to do now is keep putting little layers of this polish onto the toe cap of the shoe, bringing it up to a virtual polish each time, and eventually I will come to a point where I will have built up sufficient layers which will have overlaid the area of damage, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have actually a better mirror shine than we did at the beginning. So I'm just going to crack on with this for a little while. I don't expect you to sit there and watch me doing what is perhaps one of the more laborious tasks of shoe maintenance, particularly when it comes to mirror shines. So I'm just going to speed it up for you, and we'll come back to see how we're getting on in a little while. Well, chaps, here we are. We have now completed our repair job, and I'm just going to move the shoe around. Hopefully you can see the light hitting that glaçage mirror shine. Now, it's not perfect, I'll admit that. You know, this is only what I would describe as a short-term fix. What I would like to do is to actually break down that mirror shine, take it back to the leather and build it up again. But I need to wear these shoes tomorrow to a very important occasion, and with that damaged mirror shine, it was effectively useless for me. Now, the shoe is looking good. It looks exceptional, in fact. The mirror shine, yes, I'm going to notice the slight flaws in it, but anybody looking down at my footwear will merely see an amazing glaçage mirror shine on my shoes, and I dare say will compliment me for it. But in short order, I am going to, you know, carry out a full breakdown and rebuild this into a perfect mirror shine. But I think you will agree, you know, for a relatively short amount of time, we're now left with something which bears no resemblance to that damaged shambles of a shoe that I had at the beginning of this little session. Well, folks, there we are. We've been able to salvage the damaged mirror shine and turn it into a shoe which is wearable tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect, right? But it's 100% better than it was just 20 minutes ago. And because I need these shoes tomorrow, and I really don't have time to remove all of that polish and start building the shine again, this is as good as I can get in the time that I've got available. It's a quick fix. It still makes the shoes look fantastic, and they're going to be sparkling and wonderful tomorrow, and they're going to provide a great impression for me when I meet people tomorrow for a business meeting, which could be very important for me. So, if you've enjoyed this video, in which I've demonstrated a swift repair of a damaged mirror shine, I'd be very grateful if you would give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget, click that red button. And if you'd like to practically support the channel, you could quite simply buy me a coffee, and you will find the link explaining how to do that in the show notes below. So until the next time, take care of your mirror shine, and if it does get damaged, now we have a plan to sort it out. So take care, and I will see you again very soon.